Good evening. Welcome to the City of Douglas Mayor's Youth Council official meeting on the date of February 20, 2024. With the next thing on our agenda, we will have invocation by Jeremiah Bazell.
Everybody bow your head. Lord, I thank you for this day. Lord, I thank you for bringing us all together on this day. Lord, I pray that you just keep us safe on this meeting. Lord, I pray that we all learn something we need today. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. We will now have the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please stand and face the flag.
We thank Commissioner Jordan for leading that. We will now have approval of the order of the agenda. Now that you have heard and seen the order of the agenda, may I now have a motion for the approval of the agenda?
I, Dominic Van Vang, make a motion to approve the order of the agenda.
Isaiah Hunt, second this motion.
All in favor state aye.
Aye.
All opposed state nay. Motion carried. We will now have the approval of the January meeting minutes.
The January meeting was held on Tuesday, January 6, 2024. This meeting was held at 6 p.m. at the City of Douglas City Hall. This month's Mayor's Youth Council Spotlight was Junior Commissioner Dixon Peterfrere. This month's Community Spotlight was Mr. Montgomery from Forest Jiu-Jitsu. Our guest speaker was Ms. Allison Woodward from the Coffee County Food Bank. At this month's meeting, Ms. Dynatra gave the Mayor's Youth Council a recount of Keep Douglas Beautiful activities and upcoming activities in the month. The speaker was followed by Zipporah Wilcox discussing the subcommittee idea. The meeting adjourned. Following the NYC comments, Junior Mayor Jameson Cummings presiding.
Now that you heard the January meeting minutes, may I now have a motion for the approval of the January meeting minutes?
I, Dominic Van Vang, make a motion to approve the January meeting minutes.
I, Zipporah Wilcox, second that motion.
All in favor state aye.
Aye.
All opposed state nay. Motion carried. We will now have recognition of Spotlight, NYC Spotlight, Dominique McBain. The City of Douglas Mayor Youth Council acknowledges Dominique McBain, given this 20th day of February 2024 by the Mayor's Youth Council. The City of Douglas Mayor's Youth Council recognizes you for your outstanding contributions toward the excelling of Mayor's Youth Council and teen court programs. We also acknowledge your service as a leader in plethora of clubs and organizations such as FBLA, HOSA, Work to Be Well, Future Political Leaders, and Know Your Word. Additionally, we celebrate your entrepreneurial spirit as owner of Dom's Artisan Crepes. We wish you well in your future endeavors. We will now have recognition of Spotlight, Mrs. and Mrs. Williams.
So, sorry, I have to get my stuff together.
Read that bio. Read that bio.
I'm sorry, I have to. Miss Sharon and Miss Jessica Williams's incredible leadership and incredible mentorship. I first met them when I did this project called the Knowledge Empowers Black History Month Expo, and they served as mentors to me, and ever since then, my bond with them has been quite unbreakable, and they've given me so much advice, so much help through everything that I do, even after the expo. And these are two of the most incredible women that you'll ever meet in your life. Like, I swear, they are seriously amazing. Everything that they do is that they attest their lives to helping students grow into leaders and into people who can go into the workforce and serve others. So for y'all leading Fly Boys and Fly Girls and being the amazing community mentors that you are, I applaud you. So can we please get a round of applause for us?
We thank Dominique for that. We'll now have midterm updates, if any.
So since it's Black History Month, this February, I wanted to make a new initiative called the Mayor's Youth Council Black History Month Scholars, and basically we sent out a survey to different students and teachers across Coffee High School to highlight 6 African American students who excel in their extracurriculars and academics. And Kieran Reddy and I will be reading their bios to you. So to start off, Samaria Fletcher, if you'll please stand and come to the front. Samaria Fletcher, a diligent 10th grade scholar at Coffee High School, epitomizes academic excellence and well-rounded achievement. Under the guidance of her parents, Simone Fletcher and Mavarsky Fletcher, she excels not only in her studies but also in her extracurricular pursuits. Samaria's commitment to scholastic success is evident through her consistent high performance in classes, reflecting her strong work ethic and an intellectual curiosity. In addition to her academic endeavors, Samaria demonstrates exceptional leadership skills as the Student Council Secretary for the 10th grade, where she effectively represents her peers and contributes to the school's community's welfare. Her involvement in various activities, including cheerleading and membership in organizations such as FBLA and NHS, showcases her versatility and dedication to personal growth beyond the classroom. Samaria Fletcher.
Our next spotlight is Nevaeh Spencer. Please come to the front. Nevaeh stands out as a shining example of academic prowess and ambition at Coffee High School as a sophomore. With a steadfast commitment to excellence, she maintains an impeccable academic record, earning all A's throughout her educational journey. Nevaeh's aspiration to pursue a career in orthodontics underscores her long-term dedication to academic and professional achievement. Beyond her scholastic endeavors, Nevaeh is actively engaged in extracurricular activities that reflect her diverse interests and commitment to her community. Whether participating in track, FCCLA, NHS, or Student Council, she consistently demonstrates leadership and initiative, contributing positively to the school environment. Nevaeh draws inspiration from her family, particularly her mom, Faith Spencer, and her extended support system such as her grandparents, Edna Spencer and Thomas Spencer, as well as her Uncle Troy and Aunt Kenyatta, whose values, diligence, and compassion have shaped her aspirations and character. Congratulations.
Next up, Reggie Bell, please come to the front. Reggie Bell, a sophomore at Coffee High School, distinguishes himself as an exemplary student with a passion for learning and a keen intellect. Under the guidance of his parents, Reggie Bell Sr. and Latrish Bell, he approaches his academic pursuits with dedication and enthusiasm, consistently striving for excellence in every endeavor. As an active member of the school's band in the National Honor Society, Reggie exemplifies the qualities of leadership, discipline, and commitment. His deep-rooted love for music, coupled with his proficiency in mathematics, reflects his well-rounded academic interests and talents. Reggie's academic achievements and extracurricular involvement speak volumes about his character and his potential for future success in both academic and personal pursuits. Reggie Bell. Next up, Kamira Clemens. Kamira Clemens, a senior at Coffee High School, embodies the epitome of academic excellence and community involvement. Guided by her family, including her mother Diana, sister Camille, and brother Nicholas, Kamira excels academically while actively contributing to various aspects of school and community life. As a four-year member of Coffee High School's marching band, Kamira has not only showcased her musical talents, but also demonstrated leadership and dedication as an integral part of the band's success. Her commitment to excellence extends beyond music, as evidenced by her internship at Coffee County's Magistrate Court, where she gains valuable real-world experience and contributes meaningfully to her community. Kamira's academic achievements, coupled with her extracurricular involvement and community service, underscore her well-roundedness and readiness to make a positive impact in her future endeavors. Everybody, Kamira Clemens. And last but not least, Janias Wilcox. Janias Wilcox, a junior at Coffee High School and a resident of the esteemed Fitbit Academy, distinguishes himself through a diverse array of talents and achievements. Maintaining an exemplary 4.0 GPA, Janias adeptly balances his academic pursuits with a fervent passion for athletics. Notably, he excels in both football and Olympic weightlifting, showcasing his dedication and prowess on the field and in the weight room. Beyond the realm of athletics, Janias exhibits a remarkable aptitude in the musical domain. His proficiency in playing the guitar, demonstrated through performances at his local church, underscores his multifaceted abilities and commitment to artistic expression. Looking towards the future, Janias harbors aspirations of academic excellence and professional achievement. With aspirations to attend the esteemed University of Georgia, he aims to immerse himself in the study of architecture, driven by a fervent desire to contribute to the built environment and shape the landscapes of tomorrow. Janias is the proud son of Maurice and Marie Wilcox, who have nurtured his passions and supported his endeavors every step of the way. Their guidance and unwavering encouragement have played a pivotal part in shaping Janias into the accomplished and well-rounded individual he is today. Everybody, Janias Wilcox.
Do you want to get a picture of all the students? If all the students will come back to the front for a picture. Go around to the back. On this side. Jason, go on this side. Thank you.
Now we will have mentor updates, if any. I guess not.
I'll just like to say that I'm with Jen. Yes. Good evening.
Good evening.
I would just like to say that I'm with GEM's mentoring group, which is Girls Exploring Movements of Success. We will be holding an event dealing with financial literacy on March the 23rd at 2 o'clock at the Team Center. And this mentoring program targets the ages of girls 11 to 18. So any 11 to 18 girl is welcome to attend. And again, that's 2 o'clock over at the Dogwood Room at Citrus Square Gym. Thank you.
We will now have a Keith Douglas Beautiful report led by Ms. Donitra Williams.
Good evening, good evening.
Good evening.
I am so glad to see the house is full and packed with our young people. This is what it should look like every month. And we're going to work on doing just that. All right? Because this is a wonderful group and a wonderful opportunity for you to learn about your local government. Another agency or program that you should be a part of is the Coffee County Teen Court, which is held every first Saturday of each month, where you learn through actual cases. They're not mock cases. These are actual cases that are referred to teen court from the Department of Juvenile Justice. And we have youth from grades 6 to 12 that actually do everything that happens like in the courtroom. We have attorneys. Raise your hand if you've served as an attorney. We have prosecuting attorney, defense attorney, bailiff, clerk of court. Are those the only key? Okay. Okay. And of course the jurors. Their jurors are made of their peers, of you guys who come and they listen to the cases and they listen to the information and the witnesses testify, and then the jurors deliberate and decide what should be the, I wouldn't say punishment, because it's a part of the process to teach you to get back on track with what you should be doing. So please come out first. It's only one Saturday a month. The first Saturday at 9 o'clock right here. Now, as far as Keep Douglas Beautiful, today we had an event at Eastside Park where we have the little libraries. If you haven't noticed in your local parks, there's a little container with books in there so that people sitting in the park or enjoying the park could also enjoy reading. And you get to take some of those books home. But we have to reload those so that other people that come can also enjoy that benefit as well. So we took up books and we donated, and 4-H, our local 4-H also participated, and we refilled the Eastside Park container of books. So, and that is something we'll also hope to continue to do. On April 20th, we will have our mock trial. When I just mentioned about the teen court, for an opportunity to get training so that you can serve as an attorney or any other position, we're having a mock trial. It's scheduled for April 20th, that Saturday at 9 a.m. So if you're interested in a position, come not to this month, to March, but also come in April on the 20th so that you can get the training so that you can serve in that capacity. Also on our next teen court date, which is March 2nd, we will have our up-and-coming term, year 24-25 term, Mayor's Youth Council orientation with the newcomers, the returning, and their parents. And repeat with me, and parents. And parents. We need you all to come as well so we can answer any questions and talk about our upcoming year. Any questions?
The cases, could you tell me where the cases come from?
Yes, our cases are referred to us from the Department of Juvenile Justice. So they are actual cases. Some include an affray, which is a fight at school or on the bus. We have some where youth that have not gotten their proper documentation for driving, but they were driving anyway, and they were caught by our great City of Douglas Police Department, and so they have an infraction. So that comes to teen court. Let's see some other cases. Runaway, unruly.
Unruly child.
Yep. You get downtown and you act crazy and start being unruly and messing up people's property that don't belong to you, then you get arrested too. And if it is your first offense and it's a misdemeanor, you may be referred to teen court. Yeah, and stealing. So again, these are actual cases, so you learn our judicial system. You learn the process.
And if you don't do what teen court says, what happens?
You are referred back, your case is taken back to Department of Juvenile Justice. It is gone back before the judge, and at that point, the judge knows you had an opportunity to work with us, and you did not comply. So that is taken in consideration when now you're seen at the Department of Juvenile Justice. You have to go to big court and let that judge decide what your fate will be, which may include going to detention center. Okay? Any questions? All right, thank you very much.
We will now have a speech on NAACP led by Ms. Tabitha Paul.
Thank you for having me again. I have a few gifts, but not enough, so I'm gonna give it to the young ladies first, and then I'll go run and get you guys the same thing that I got them, but I was informed it was only 7. I should have asked someone else because I only got 7. It's, I think 10 of you guys, 10. Anyway, I'll get enough to suffice for you guys. As I said, thank you for having me. My name is Tabitha Polk. I'm the NAACP president. I'm gonna speak on a small amount of our history. As I said, Mayor already told me I only have a few minutes. He said cut it short, so I'm gonna be as quickly as possible. I'll cut my speech a little short, so I won't take up much of time, but. Five, okay, put me on the time. He said I got at least 5. Okay, thank you, Mayor. Thank you so much, Mayor Paul. Again, NAACP stands for National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. The NAACP was created in 1909 by an interracial group consisting of W.E. Du Bois, Ida Bell, Wells Barnett, Mary White, Overton, and others concerned with the challenges facing African Americans, especially in the wake of the 1908 Springfield, Illinois race riot. The NAACP was founded on the beliefs and embodied in the Constitution of the United States of America. We support democracy, dignity, and freedom. Our members, in keeping with the charge of our founders, stand against all forms of injustice. The United States of America, built by us all, belong to us all. The Constitution of the NAACP details the mission, vision, and people that drive our work. So speaking of, that's the general population of NAACP, but we also have a youth and college division. And that's what I want to speak to you all about. In Coffee County, we actually don't have a youth and college division, but it takes about 10 people, and we can start a youth and college division. So you as youth can join NAACP and do advocacy work for individuals in your community. It started in February the 2nd, 1933, by Walter White, Executive Secretary, launched this division, Youth and College. In 1934, a group of students from Harvard University protested against anti-lynching in Washington, D.C. This situation sparked the necessity of the Youth and College Division. The Youth and College Division is involved in voter registration. I'm just going to give you some brief things because it's not 5 minutes. Youth and College Division serves as the premier institution for young people to develop the skills they need to meet various challenges that face African Americans and other youth of color. NAACP youth units across the country engage in social justice, addressing issues at the local, state, and national level with the primary focus on education, economic development, health, juvenile justice, and voter empowerment. Also inclusive with the economy, advocacy, and litigation, health and well-being, the environment, climate, and most of all, what I like is education. So if we had a youth and college division here, you all, same leaders, can lead with NAACP as well. It's inclusive. Everybody's included in NAACP. Anybody that wants to join, you can have a membership for a year. For 10, I think, for smaller kids. For college, it's 15. Adults, it's 30. As I said, anyone can join. Any of those issues that you want to advocate for, you're available to do so. Thank you so much. And if you want to be a part of NAACP, you're more than welcome. Thank you. It's a little pamphlet as well. Look at there. I'm not trying to push you along. I know. But inside, and I will get you guys one as well. Inside, it has scholarships that NAACP does as well. We're gonna give it to them.
I got one.
I have a question.
Question? Yes, sir.
My question is, how important is it for youth to get involved in advocacy groups like the NAACP?
It's very important. It's vital because we are the ones, and you are the ones that help shape the future. And being an advocate on whatever situation will help you all shape the future on what you want it to be. Not what I want it, but what you want it to be. There are so many ways you can be an advocate with the NAACP. I've given you those ways listed. So any way you want to get involved, you can get involved.
I have another question.
Yes, sir.
From being in the NAACP, from serving as the president of the NAACP, how have you grown both personally and professionally?
Oh, wow. I never would have gotten in front of you and spoken now. So we go off for training for various issues, advocating for schools, for students, for in the legal system, criminal justice system, helping people get expungements. Same thing that y'all are doing as far as when they go through the legal ramifications here. I can also help. We have workshops to help get things expunged off of the criminal record so that they can get a better job. So it helps you to come out your shell and to be a leader. And it has done that for me.
Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Thank you so much. The Mayor's Youth Council does have an event that they'd like to do.
Thank you.
We will now have our subcommittee discussions led by Zipporah and Jada.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Well, my name is Junior Commissioner Zipporah Wilcox, and on our last meeting in January, I discussed to propose an idea of subcommittees being established in the Douglas Mayor's Youth Council governing body. And I worked along with Junior Commissioner Marshall to help me write out a guideline, basically, of what all these committees entail, basically their responsibilities. So I'm going to be reading a lot, so you have to follow along with me. I'm trying not to read fast, but if you have any questions, please ask me after I finish reading the outline. So this guideline outlines the proposed ideas of subcommittees being established in the Douglas Mayor's Youth Council governing body. These subcommittees would include the social media, recruitment, community service group. There will be no more than 6 members per committee. Each committee will have a director who oversees the members, making sure that everyone is doing their obligated tasks, and will report the work completed by that committee in the previous month at each meeting. Let it be known that the director is not the boss, but is a guide for the rest of the members and holds just as much responsibility for completing tasks as the rest of the members. So for the social media group, their responsibilities are to take pictures at every event and meeting. They're responsible for creating videos and reels for the social media pages representing the council, They're responsible for creating posters and flyers promoting the next event the council will be attending, for highlighting council members' individual accomplishments on social media platforms, and they will be working on the platforms of Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, and they will work with the DMYC coordinator and the City of Douglas media staff. The end goal for the social media group is to use all of the content they collected throughout the term to create a presentation at the last term meeting, highlighting and showcasing the events and trips the council attended. Each member of the committee is required to produce a piece of content each month of their choice. This will be every committee person's duty to make sure that everyone is working and contributing. For the recruitment committee, they are in charge of increasing teen court membership. They're in charge of increasing the NYC applicancy. They're in charge of increasing the youth attendance at the NYC meetings and teen court sessions. They are in charge of working in partnership with the social media groups to market and advertise upcoming events the council will partake in. And they are in charge of informing others outside of the council of what we do and building beneficial connections for the council. The end goal for the recruitment group is to give a correlated account for the increase in members within the teen court program and the NYC program, and to produce one recruitment event that will bring new members for the new term. Each member will be required to have accounted for one proposed recruitment idea by the end of the year of 2024, and the whole committee to decide on the recruitment event to begin the new year of 2025. I will let Commissioner Marshall read the community service requirements.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jada Marshall, and for our community service committee, some of the responsibilities are to scout and find community service opportunities for the council to participate in, take count of council members who participate or do not participate in community service events, be responsible for making sure every participating member signs in to receive their hours, helps with DMYC coordinator on keeping track of individual hours for council members. Another responsibility is for them to work with individual members of the council on their events, ideas, and help bring it to reality. The end goal for the community service group is to work with the junior mayor and social media group to create a presentation giving an overview of all the events and community service opportunities that the council partakes in. At the Youth Council Summit, the main objective of this group is to make sure the Douglas Mayor's Youth Council keeps its visibility in the community.
The final comments are that these committees will all work cordially together to help each other complete the end goals for each group. All members of the committee are responsible for giving their director their assigned tasks at the end of each month. Every member is responsible for contributing to the collective work of their committee and will be held accountable if their individual task is not completed. These guidelines are subject to change with the consideration and evaluation of that committee. If a committee feels as if a task should not be done individually, but as a whole, then that committee can proceed to do so. Committees are also allowed to meet outside the city chambers as a group to discuss tasks to be created or that needs to be completed. Please note that any meeting done with your committee outside of the city chambers must be documented and is subject to approval by the DMYC coordinators. One thing to be noted is that fluidity of the committee is completely up to the members. If the committee as a whole feels as if the need to add other small positions to create a better work environment, they may do so with the approval of the DMYC coordinators. All members are expected to work cordially with their fellow members regardless of their position or of what committee they reside in. Thank you.
I have a question. If the creation of these committees gets passed during vote, when would they become effective?
In the new term.
All of our members here?
What was the question?
The question was, if the creation of these committees gets passed during vote, when would they become effective?
Oh, okay.
You missing one? Y'all still want to vote on it? You missing one? Y'all still want to vote on it? You missing one? What do
Y'all still want to vote on it even though we're missing one?
Missing what? So on discretion of our council, we have decided, even though we're missing one member, we're still going to vote on the creation of these subcommittees.
Couple things. Appreciate you taking the initiative. You two young ladies rock. I love this. This is how you do a proposal. This should be the guideline. But I need y'all to, I'm still let y'all do what y'all need to do, but I need y'all to understand that y'all are a governing body. Y'all are in the charter, okay? Y'all are in the charter. 6 people cannot meet.
Okay.
You would violate the Sunshine Law. The Sunshine Law says that the majority of a council cannot be together unless you give the media 24 hours notice, okay? Because with the majority of you there, somebody can make a motion to go into a legal meeting and take legal action. So the Georgia law is called the Sunshine Law. So let's say, for instance, what time is it? It is 6:35. If I wanted to have a call meeting and we didn't get our legal organ on, and the legal organ is actually the printed paper, but we also give Douglas Now and what's the other one? Say again? Coffee Daily News. So if we don't get them until 7 o'clock, I cannot hold that meeting until 7 o'clock tomorrow. If we don't get in contact with them till 7:30, I cannot hold the meeting until 7:30. So you never want to violate the Sunshine Law, okay? Now, if all y'all happen to be at church together, as long as y'all not talking about city business, then you're fine, okay? That's first thing. The number on the committee, you also have to establish a date and time when those are actually going to meet, okay? A date and time. Because when you're forming a committee, you must establish the date and time so everybody is fully aware. Again, by you're an official governing body, you have to say, hey, this is gonna, the service committee is gonna meet on such and such a date at such and such a time. So if the media wants to come or any citizens want to come, they have that opportunity. All deals with the Sunshine Law. The next thing is the appointment to the committees. What is the process to appoint somebody to the committee? And I think that at that point, it should come back before the council for a vote. But these things have to be outlined so that when those committees actually meet, everybody will be able to attend, okay? And let me say this right here, because y'all are a governing body. One of the things that I hate as the mayor is committees. I hate committees, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because you can committee me to death. Everybody wants to be on the committee, and it's only 2 people working. Huh? What did I say last meeting about church? I can go to any church in Coffee County. I'll be there for 2 weeks, and I can pull out 10 people that do all the work. So on your committees, you just don't want to build a resume. I was on so-and-so committee, I was on so-and-so. And I always use this right here. Anybody can be a daddy. You understand? But they ain't taking care. So if you just checking the box, I was on this committee and I was on this committee, just like Miss Paul, where did she go? She's left on the NAACP. You can be in the NAACP, but if you don't work, what's the point? What's the point? If you're not working, oh, I'm on this committee. Oh, I'm on this committee. But you're not doing the work. So I think that these 2 young ladies have given a fantastic outline. We just need to tighten it up a little bit, and we should be squared away for the next committee meeting, for the next mayor's council meeting, because it still has to be legal. I'm not saying no, because that's not my authority to say no. That's your council to say that. But I need to keep you legal, okay? I don't need nobody getting arrested. Cool? We all good? Everybody good? All right. Sorry, Mr. Mayor. Just want to keep you out of jail.
Mayor, I would, say basically, you know, that over the city clerk. That's what I do to keep them out of jail.
Exactly.
have to document, and when he was saying about a charter, I just wanna let you all know that on Monday, at our mayor commission meeting, I've changed some things in our, charter for the mayor's youth council. So now I'm gonna have to look over this and see if I need to put this in there as well. Because I give the city attorney to make sure that see if he wants this in here as well. So that means I will have to take off the ordinance, and which I can get it back on before the new crew comes on, the new ones come on. But I'm like the mayor, you must make sure that everything is, and whoever is the mayor or mayor, what I'm gonna do is give you a book, with the sunshine law. I know a lot of people is trying to figure out what's the sunshine law, but it's something that we have to abide by legally, so we do not go to jail. You cannot have, half of them at church talking about, we're gonna talk about the mayor commission, about the mayor's youth council, because they'll get in trouble. They could be prosecuted for those type of things, somebody could complain. So you cannot all gather together and have conversations about, different things that you're working on. So please be careful and make sure that when you're working on proposals, that you have the assistance of the mayor, Ms. Anitra, or myself.
Well, them two young ladies didn't need no assistance. Y'all get circle bases. I like this. I know grown people that don't do this good.
I wanted to add a comment. Yes. I wanted to make a comment. So with what Mayor Polk said about some in committee systems, there would be only 2 or 3 people working. I wanted to suggest that maybe by the next meeting in the guidelines for the committee's proposal, we could add us incorporating an online accountability system like Google Classroom or another site like that to take accountability of who's actually working and who's submitting their assignments for the committee. I just wanted to add that.
Now that you've heard the proposal for the creation of subcommittees, may I now have a motion to carry this proposal to our next meeting?
I, Dominic Finbangley.
It's tabled. No action is required. It's tabled, and it goes on the next meeting, okay? That's a new term, I'm sorry, but it's tabled, okay?
Table. We will now have our NYC members' quotes presentations. I'll go first. So we all had to choose what leadership means to us and provide a quote with it. For me, leadership is to not give in into conformity and peer pressure. It's to have the ability to reach out and grasp your goals while others look, admire, and aspire to be like you. As a leader, you take the first steps while others follow you. The quote I chose was by Warren Bennis. Leadership is the capacity to translate a vision into reality.
Oh, well, I chose the same quote, leadership is the capacity to translate a vision into reality, by Warren Bennis. And I chose this quote because I feel as if a leader, you can't just give a vision to people, but you have to be able to work with those people to complete that vision. You can't just say, okay, here's what we're going to do, and then you sit back and you do nothing. As a leader, you have to be able to step in and work with people to carry out that vision. So,
I chose a quote by Rosalind Carter. A leader takes people where they want to go. A great leader takes people where they don't necessarily want to go, but ought to be. It shows me that leaders will show you the way you didn't think you could go. It shows you that leaders see the potential that you don't see in yourself. They show you the strength that's within you that you will never see.
The leadership quote I chose was, "A leader is the one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way." Leadership to me is about collaboration and inspiring others to do their best at work. Leadership to me is the act of guiding a team or individual to achieve a certain goal through direction and motivation. And that's it.
For my quote, I chose one by Simeon Sinek, and it reads, "Leadership is a way of thinking, a way of acting, and most importantly, a way of communicating. To me, leadership means being able to guide, inspire others towards a common goal. It's about taking initiative, making decisions, and being a positive role model. Leaders also have to have communication skills. Strong communication skills allow leaders to clearly define their visions in a way that inspires and empowers the people around them, whether politically, professionally, or personally.
The leadership quote I chose is, "Do not follow where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail." And this means you shouldn't follow the path which is already created by others. Instead, you should stand out and do something new and create your own path for others to follow.
The quote I chose is from Robert Greenleaf, which states, "The first and most important choice a leader makes is the choice to serve, without which one's capacity to lead is severely limited." And that's because when I think of leadership, I think of it's not about the title that you hold or what connections you have. It's about the amount of dedication and passion you put into serving others. I think that's what describes a leader. That's why I chose that quote.
Leadership quote that I chose was by Ronald Reagan, and he said, "The greatest leader is not necessarily the one who does the greatest things. He is the one that gets the people to do the greatest things." And I believe this quote embodies leadership because a leader's actions should inspire others to believe in their dreams, strive to learn more about new things, and along with working to reach their full potential. A leader should be one who doesn't just instruct others what to do, but instead a leader makes others around them feel heard and valued for their opinions.
My quote is, "A leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way," by John C. Maxwell. Knowing the way means having a clear vision and purpose. Going the way means to take action towards your vision. Showing the way means helping others achieve the same thing in their life.
The quote that I chose was by Kenneth H. Blanchard, and it says, "The key to successful leadership is influence, not authority." To me, leadership is simply influencing others to follow you. Anyone who has characteristics to influence others to follow them has the ability of leadership. Leadership can happen at any level, not just people that are in leadership positions. Also, it depends on how you influence. Are you influencing in a good way or a bad way? Like, for example, Adolf Hitler, he led the world into a mass genocide just because he believed that Jews were inferior. That's a bad way. A good way is like Martin Luther King, who used his leadership position to gain civil rights for African American people.
Before we do get out of here, I would like to thank you all for coming to our meeting. We really do appreciate y'all, all the support. And if you haven't signed up to join the Mayor Youth Council, maybe you will next year. Y'all should really do it. It really does help you with your speaking skills, presenting yourself, and just overall your social life, connections. It just helps you with a lot, so I do induce that. With no other business to come before the City of Douglas Mayor Youth Council, may I now have a motion for the dismissal of today's meeting?
I, Dominic Benbang, make a motion for the dismissal of today's meeting.
Azania Hunt, second this motion.
All in favor state aye.
Aye.
All against state nay. This meeting is dismissed.